if you come across my video, that means that you want to shorten your locks without cutting them or two-strand twisting them. I've searched many videos on YouTube and I have never seen anybody do this style. So I apologize if you have done it, but I never seen anybody do this. So I like to say I'm the creator of this method of how to shorten your locks without cutting or two-strand twisting them. I'm not a big fan of the styles that have like two-strand twisted, but it's like they wrap it around, so it's kind of like a knot or a ball at the bottom, like this. I'm not a big fan of those styles, and I wanted something different. This style is a precursor to another style that I did not get a chance to do. So hopefully before I take this down, I will show you. I will also insert videos and pictures of what my hair looks like. I've been locked for 8 years and I've had this styling for 2 weeks. Today is January 15th and I actually did this style January 1st. And I will also insert clips of what it looks like when it's freshly done. I just wanted to show you this is what it looks like when it's been in for a while. So let me give you a 360. It is not a bob. It is just simply my hair shortened. My hair is a little layered in the front. And I cut my hair only once. Since I've been locked for 8 years, I did have mermaid locks. I might insert a picture of that, but you know what mermaid locks are. I just had like the curly pieces at the end. But I don't want to keep this video too long because then it'll be too much editing. So what I'm going to do is, being that I've had this in for 2 weeks, I'm going to take one down. I'm going to show you how easy it is to take down. I'm going to show you that there's no damage to my locks. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And all you need is some yarn. I got this yarn from Walmart. All you need is some yarn. And I got mine in the color black. So you can do this with any color you want to that you feel like will match your hair. So I'll simply take, I don't know if you see, the yarn is wrapped around. So I'm simply taking my fingernail and just pulling the yarn down. Now it's off. And I just untwist it. Easy as that. I've had this in for 2 weeks. I do have a rose water, vegetable glycerin, aloe vera juice, purified water in a spray, like a mister, with just a little bit of oil. And I do moisturize my hair, if not every other day, every 2 days. Well, if I miss a day, I do it that next day. But I try to miss it every other day. And it keeps my hair nice and hydrated and moisturized. So as you see, that came out. It didn't get stuck, not one time. And this is the length of my hair without, you know, this is how long my hair is. Imagine it's all over. I've been locked 8 years and my hair was down here, but I did cut it up. Mostly to cut the mermaid lock off, but then I cut off 2.5 inches of my real hair. So again, this is my lock. No damage, no thinning. You actually don't even really see the imprint of the yarn that was on there because it's not a damaging style. And this is the length of the yarn that I'm working with. Pretty much about the length of my lock, actually. I'm going to show you how to do it. So this is also a no retwist style. I did not retwist my hair before I did this, but I already had a retwist prior to doing the style. So my hair was maybe, I retwisted it December 12th, December 11th, when I was going on a trip to Chicago for school. So it kind of was like already retwisted. So I just gather the hair and I take the end. I'm going to try to show you this. So this is the hair, no retwisted. If you want to retwist it, you just simply, you know, but I don't do dry retwist. So I'm just going to gather the hair. And this is what I did the first time. And I simply take the lock and I just fold it in half. No twisting, no cutting, none of that. I will take a little piece of the yarn and put it in my fingers with those two, kind of creating an anchor. I'm really hoping you can see that. So I have the root, the end of the lock, and a piece of the yarn, about this much, in my fingers. And I just kind of grab it in a way where I'm really tight. My fingers are tight at the root. And I just wrap it around once. I wrap it around twice. And then I start to actually come down and just wrap it around the lock. I'm using my finger, my pointer finger, to kind of hold it and help with the twisting it around. Now I cannot see that, but you don't need a mirror to feel what you're doing. Again, I'm not pulling it tight. I am genuinely just twisting it, wrapping it around the lock. At the end, I take it and I loop it through. See it? I loop it through once, and then I loop it through one more time. So I kind of put the end through the little hole twice to create more tension because I'm not fully knotting it. I'll show you on a string that's not on my hair what I meant. So now you do have leftovers, and I just simply wrap that, and then I'll find a piece of the yarn or a loop or something, maybe the bottom, and I just loop. I just literally tuck it in, and it doesn't come out. It doesn't come out at all. See? That easy. That easy. And this is how the style looks. Now you do want to wrap the end. I'm just going to pull the yarn up so that it's holding the end a little bit better, because you do want the end to be not kind of sticking out like that. Like that. And when you lay it down, you play with it so the end is not fully exposed. But as you can see, some of mine's in the back, they did loosen up so you can see the end. Alright, this is how you do the style. I also want to add that this style does thicken your locks because you're simply folding your locks in half. So if you have really thick locks, please keep that in mind because your hair is going to be thicker. I love, 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 love this style. This is a great summertime style, and it's something different, and I really like it. And the threading method, like I said, I've never seen anybody do this, so I am going to take credit and call this Shorten Your Locks with the Jaye Method. So we're going to call this the Jaye Method with the yarn. Some type of way, I'm going to kind of incorporate what this technique is, but it is the Jaye Method because I'm Jaye, and I think I made this up. However, I did get some inspiration from, you know, when the African styles and they thread their hair and they kind of pull it tight, or they thread it to stretch it. I did use that method, but I just shortened my lock, if you get what I mean. So the sungal method, I think that's what they call it, how they wrap the thread around their hair. I did get inspiration from that, but this particular style, I created that. So this is the short locks with using the Jaye Method. That's what we're going to say. All right. I think that was all I wanted to come back on here and say. Use this as your own, do this style at your own discretion because it does thicken your lock. It does make your locks thicker. It's essentially doubling the size of your lock. Now, another thing is you can do this in a bob. You can wrap the hair or start to wrap the hair, like fold the hair half, not even halfway, but like just for the end. If you want a longer in the front and shorter in the back, you can do a bob. Figure out how to do that, but this is just a technique, a Jaye Method technique to shorten your locks. That's all this simply is, and this style eats down. That's all I wanted to say. Oh, and one more thing. The one I just did, it is not tight. I did not wrap it tight. I wrapped it so it could stay. Again, this is a precursor to another style, in which I am going to show you in another video. Hopefully I get to it before I take the style down, because as you see, having it 2 weeks, some of the pieces I could just simply, this is tied like loop through, so I could just cut that off. It's really not a big deal. And as you see, like I said, some of the yarn is starting to loosen up a little bit, but this is the one I just did as a demonstration for you, but it's not tight. Do not choke your locks. Don't wrap them too tight. Don't wrap it too tight. You're going to get a headache, and if you have any other issues, you're not going to blame it on the Jaye method, because as you see, I did not wrap it tight. I did not wrap it tight. It's not tight. So I can show you how to do it. Alright, see? It didn't get stuck at all. Just a single piece of thread about this long for a lock this long. So we're going to hold it at the base. Again, this is a no retwist style, so you could just grab it. I had a retwist not too long ago, which is why my parts are still visible. But if you wanted to do this with no retwist, you could just gather it here. I'm going to untwist it so you can see you don't have to have a fresh retwist. So you just gather it here. You take your yarn. I'm going to hold about this piece, about this much in my fingers. I'm going to take the root of the hair. Hopefully y'all can see that. I can't see if y'all can see it. And you take the end of the lock and those fingers too. So I have the yarn, the root, the end. I take the yarn and I wrap it around twice. 1, 2. Okay? And then I start to hold the end and that other piece of yarn as I start to wrap it down. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm just using my pointer finger on the other side to guide the yarn back, because I can't see. I don't have a mirror while I'm doing this. I'm just doing this so y'all can see. Plus it's in the back of my head. I would probably, unless I had those trifold mirrors that people do have, I would have a hard time seeing in the back of my head. So I just simply wrap it all the way down. I wrap it around once, take it through, and loop it once. Or you can loop it twice. Yeah, let's loop it through twice. What I mean loop it through is put the end through the hole, the loop. It's harder with the nails. Alright. And then you just pull it. Now you can wrap it one more time if you want to. And I just tuck it, like I say, either under the yarn or under my hair. In this case, I'm going to find the yarn. And I'm going to just tuck it out. Just like that. And this is how it looks from the root. It's not squeezing it all tight. It's holding it in. I didn't twist it. I just simply wrapped yarn around it. That was it.
So this is my hair freshly done with the edges done. This is a close-up look. It looks much better. The yarn blends very well. You cannot tell that this is not twist. From afar, it looks like twist, but because the yarn in my hair is so textured, it blends very well together.